go on streaming. Deb, you ready?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. Sure.
Do you have a computer?
Perfect.
Good to go?
All right.
All set.
Okay. You can start? Okay. I'd like to call this meeting of the Southbury Planning Commission to order. If everybody could join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, everybody. Let's see, seating of alternates. We don't need to, right? 'Cause, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll see right now. Perfect. All right, seating of alternates, we're all set. So election of officers. Moving right along. Okay. So that, ooh. Where's that coming from? Buddy. Oh, yeah. Should we go without it? That's it. How's that? Yeah, okay. Thank you, Kevin.
Better to be lucky than good.
That's right. All right, let's see. So D, election of officers. So we're back to electing officers for the commission. That time of year again.
Nominations open?
Yes, nominations are open.
Nominate Rich Tiro as for chairman.
Okay.
Nominated Rich Tiro for chair.
Second it, okay. Anyone else? All in favor of that? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? I'll nominate Nancy Clark for vice chairman. Okay. All in favor of Nancy vice chairman? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? I nominate Bob Harrison for secretary. If Bob will do it.
Yep, second.
Bob, would you like to? All right. Excellent. Nancy seconds it. All in favor of Bob? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Perfect. Thank you, everybody. Yes, we're good on that. Nancy, Deborah, did you get it all?
Who seconded for Bob?
Aye.
Oh, Nancy Clark did?
Nancy did, oh, okay. So Bob was the secretary,
Yep.
correct?
All right, so let's see, D, continuation of the public hearing. Re-subdivision Ichabod Woods, parcel 2, map 25, block 60, lot 5B for 2 lots on Royal Coach Lane, Luna Holdings LLC. Kevin?
This is the continued hearing?
Yes, we continue this one. Kevin, this next time.
Good evening. My name is Kevin Bennett, Bennett Sullivan Associates. representing Luna Holdings LLC in regards to the subdivision. This public hearing was held 2 months ago. We had a continuation, was granted at the last meeting. There was a question on the number of lots in the subdivision. I believe we've got that straightened out, and Jessica should have 3 other subdivisions which do have from, I believe it's 23 to 27 lots. So this would, Bob had a concern about it being a precedent, which I don't believe it sets any precedent.
This originally was a 23-lot subdivision, however, these 4 lots right at the base of the beginning of Royal show possible alternate access, which is the requirement of the subdivision regulations. Not that they have to have alternate access, but they have to show the possibility that they could have alternate access to either Ichabod or Fish Rock roads. So if that was the case, that would be down to, so this is your lot here, that would be down to 19, so it would still be 21. The subdivisions that John sent me, Debbie did a bunch of research, I looked them over, and showed Rich what we could come with. While they were approved with more than 20 lots total in the subdivision, the way they've been approved, there's no more than 20 lots with sole access off of the dead-end road. That said, I don't know why that regulation's in the subdivision regulations. I don't know what the purpose is, because in particular, I'm looking at Silver Beach, and there's literally 30 houses in that subdivision. I don't know, I mean, I think this is right, so 18 have sole access off of Silver Beach, 9 have sole access off of 12-foot, and 3 have alternate access off of Jacob Road. This is really a call of the planning commission, obviously, but historically, Southbury has not allowed subdivisions that exceed sole access to 20 houses off of a dead-end street. They all show alternate access available. Charlie told me it was safety, but I don't know, that doesn't,
It's still the regulation.
it's still the
I
regulation.
understand that, but, you know, I'm thinking about Silver Beach and, obviously the one that's lost.
Tallwood.
Oh, but if you look at that map,
If we're thinking about only safety, if something happens right at the entrance of Silver Beach,
there's like 30 houses that
you've got 30 houses, right?
Yeah, but there has, since 1985, there has not been one incident. So we can say it could happen, but it could happen anywhere.
Right, what happened anywhere in time.
Yeah, I believe that was in what we sent to the Naugatuck Valley Community Government Group as part of our emergency management, is that we would try to prevent single access to homes.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but that was a new regulation. I mean, we can't change necessarily the older ones.
He could come in with a hardship special exception, but he doesn't have it. You have to change, you have to come in for a change in regulation.
Well, I understand that, but last time this was submitted,
talks about dead-end streets here under the regulation. Let's see, unless otherwise approved by the commission, cul-de-sac streets permanently closed at one end by building lots and which will not be extended in the future shall provide sole access to not less than 2 more than 20 building lots. Temporary dead-end streets which are projected into adjoining properties in the future date may provide access to lesser or greater number of lots, but shall not exceed the reasonable interim length of safe and convenient vehicular access, including emergency vehicles, as determined by the commission.
So in theory,
Yeah.
if I had a road that had 10 roads off of that, and they were all dead ends, and I could have 20
Off of each one.
on every single road with one point of egress access.
Which is basically the way that's set up.
Yeah,
More or
the way
less.
this reads.
If you use Silver Beach as an example, they had to prove there was another means of egress and access at the end of Silver Beach, where the turnaround is, the end of Silver Beach, and they did that. It's still possible.
So with that logic, I would do a 40-foot town road onto this property, call it a 2-lot subdivision.
If you've got approval from Board of Selectmen, yeah. For the road, you'd have to go through that process. Board of Selectmen, new road.
Future access, right, or the same thing. I'm just saying, it's already on there.
Yeah, but this is for one that was set temporary stuff for the future. Any chance that you mentioned anywhere in your application that there'd be future break in the road?
Future break.
Right, that's what it says right here. I explained
I
that.
don't think he has that kind of.
Was there any foresight that you would put more houses in off of that at that time? Because as the way this reads here is if you planned on future use of the cul-de-sac, it could be determined by the commission to allow more or
So
less.
then I could do a 5-lot subdivision in there. Right, with that logic.
Road with another road,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could put a
Depending on
100-foot road in.
wetlands there.
yeah,
Oh,
the
I
term,
see what you're saying.
that's what we're talking about.
So I'll come in here 50 feet, put a turnaround on it.
There you go.
But I mean, it's,
How are the wetlands there?
hard,
Is there a wetlands
no.
issue there?
It's just gonna take a little bit of, effort, time on your part, but that would solve your problem. I shouldn't say problem, but.
That would be absolutely foolish.
Yeah, it seems like if that was the case, if that was permissible, I mean, the planning commission has the authority to waive.
I was just gonna say, read that first line in there, it
If
states that
there's-
you have the ability to waive
Yes.
it.
If there's a reason, if there's a reason and it's not
Well, the
economic.
reason would be that it wouldn't be developed into 45 acres. I mean, I could cut a new road in there and make it 5-6 lot.
It'd be a lot more expensive and destructive environmentally.
Oh, absolutely. But it'll be 6 lots or 8 lots. You got 45 acres, at 8 lots, they're 5-6 acres apiece.
I mean, the neighbors were upset with 2 lots.
I've spoken to some of them and told them what the plans were. and-
Imagine if you built another road and there was 5 lots.
Oh, yeah, and then there's people in the back here. The idea of this is just a single lot with a large lot that my son wants to build. And that's what he wanted, was just a 1 lot with acreage.
We know what this
Personal,
regulation is.
Well, this is,
No, it was before 1985.
Yeah.
I was gonna say probably the 70s, probably.
But it has held
And then when it
Hasn't
was
been
published,
changed.
so we
86. I think so.
disqualification from some
It's on the map.
It has,
Isn't it on the
show
map?
the feasibility.
The date, what's it say on it?
Of another, access, and that feasibility is there, and just what he would have to do.
The date should be on the map for the development, right there.
Are you talking about Silver Beach?
Yeah.
According to this, it was 1985.
85.
85.
Yeah.
No, the regulations.
Bob, what do you think?
That was earlier.
But,
Yes.
but don't,
If the reason for the regulations for a safety standpoint, then developments like Silver Beach and Cornwall
did. I don't know if it's on there.
Alternate access.
At the end of the cul-de-sac.
Larry, what do you think?
Can it be brought forward in the future?
That's what was approved.
You just stand up there and say, I'm free.
If you show the feasibility.
Right. Larry, what do you think? You got big enough turnarounds in there, right?
We've designed all of it.
Yeah. Robin, what do you think?
We've got the turnarounds on each of them.
I mean, you only need a
There was a different reason for regulation,
Yes.
then it would be something to be considered, because of the regulation made for safety reasons, I don't really feel comfortable, going against the safety, regulation.
Huh? Sure.
Just so that you didn't have long, expanses of dead-end roads with
That's okay.
I think a hard pass
Say
on
let it go.
We don't have the historical.
It wasn't just. Nancy has a little bit insight on it.
Yes, it's not just safety. When we enact regulations, there's a public hearing, and there's all kinds of input. Not necessarily safety, could be environmental, there are reasons for that. And then we research other towns and council governments and, a lot is put into these regulations. It's not just, okay, it's not safe, 20 lots. It's a much longer involved process.
See, here's what comes, this is part of that Beach Hill subdivision, and it's in the application. It says, the resolution, it says also submitted with the application is a preliminary plan for the future expansion of Beach Hill Road to Hulls Hill Road. And it goes through all of the reasons why they made those extra roads. So that's in that regulation over there. The second half of it clearly states if you mention that, obviously for the future, you're gonna break the cul-de-sac open to put something else in, that fits that rule where you can put more than 20, right? That's what they're saying here. So
Is there any other examples besides that one?
There's a bunch.
there's a bunch. And they were all not approved because of the,
They were approved, but in the same manner that Silver Beach was. They were approved with, for example, maybe 27 houses on a cul-de-sac street, but 7 of them proved alternate access.
right, or a road front on another.
Or the
Yeah.
feasibility,
Right.
feasibility.
Right.
Anyone in the public? There is nobody.
What was the question?
No, just go to the public, there was none. Nancy, what do you think otherwise?
I wish we had a choice and we do not. It's, and economically, one lot is, we can, economically, you're just down one lot, right?
Yeah, it was to keep the larger lot and one lot in the end.
Well, I don't think, sometimes we wanna do something, but we're here to the regulations. We don't have a choice in a lot of these things.
Still just doesn't sit right, because although you take Silver Beach and Tall Woods, in theory, they can expand that and make another road, however, it's been there since '85, and it's never been expanded, so you still have one point of access.
It can be, it can go right, the feasibility is in the application,
I understand that, it just,
and there isn't one here.
the reasoning
That's the
behind
difference.
this point, it doesn't sit well.
Well, then when we up the regulations, we could change it, but right now, we have no choice.
It says unless otherwise approved by the commission, cul-de-sac.
I
Um,
mean, you're not gonna have any of these situations.
How do you know that? How do you know that? We've already, we have 4 right here. We have 4 right here, none of which have been approved.
I understand that, I'm so talking about precedent. Worried about the future, you don't have any, subdivisions that have this sort of a lot
unfinished business, re-subdivision, Ichabod Woods, parcel 2, map 25, block 60, lot 5B, for 2 lots on Royal Coach Lane, Luna Holdings, LLC. Anybody? Okay. Rod? Larry? You folks?
We would be, just discussion,
Yeah, discussion, we're on discussion, yeah.
there's no motion.
Yeah, we're in discussion, unless someone wants to make a motion, then we go to discussion, but we're just on the business, we can talk about it and then make a,
I think originally when we said it sets a precedent, it absolutely does, and it's just, there are other options to make this happen. It could create another access, it could be more, it's not that we're denying the economics here, we're not. If there were no other options, there would be a hardship, and maybe then it would be, we could make a special exception, but there's no hardship here.
Our regulations, in encouraging multiple access points to homes was praised by Naugatuck Valley Community Governments as part of our emergency plan.
Yes.
we have to make a decision tonight, folks, so,
I'm gonna make a motion to deny, not that I want to, but
okay. Anybody second denial?
according to our regulations, non-compliance.
Anybody want a second, Nancy? Okay. All in favor of denial?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. I'll make a motion to approve it. Discussion on it, so we have to put, anyone want to add anything under the approval or stipulations or anything?
No.
No. No.
Rod, what I did is I wrote in the resolution that this approval would result in 21 houses with sole access from a dead-end street on Royal Coach, and I stated that regulation, yeah, I have to say that. I thought I stated that the regulation in there.
So resolution re-subdivision of the Ichabod Woods, Royal Coach Lane. Sure. Resolution of re-subdivision of Ichabod Woods, Royal Coach Lane, parcel number 2, lot 5B, 2 lots, January 18th, 2021, whereas at this meeting on October 19th, 2021, isn't today the 18th?
It's not October either.
No?
Good point.
Okay, and let's see, today is January 18th, 2021. Planning Commission received an application for approval with re-subdivision from Luna Holdings LLC, property shown on the following. That's probably the day it came in. Record subdivision mapped entitled, whereas a public hearing was held on November 9th, 2021 and continued on November 9th, 2021, at which time the applicant granted the Planning Commission a 30-day extension to January 18th, 2022, upon which time all information presented was considered. Whereas the Commission makes the following findings with regard to this application. 1, this application proposes 2 lots on 44.72 acre parcel. Both lots will be served by a common driveway. Lot 1 consists of 4.67 acres, while lot 2 consists of 40.05 acres. The subdivision Carriage Woods, originally approved on Royal Coach Lane, was for 23 building lots. However, it was proven that 4 houses could be possible access from different roads. The proposed re-subdivision will increase the number of lots on a dead-end street by 2, bringing the total number of houses on the said street to 25, still with 4 that will have possible access from an alternative road. This would result in 21 houses with sole access from the dead-end street of Royal Coach Lane. 5, there are no open space requirements associated with this re-subdivision. There are none, and none have been proposed. We're out of order here. 6, both lots satisfy the zoning regulation on R60 zone with regard to lot size, square, and frontage. 7, the proposed common driveway meets the requirements of re-subdivision regulations. 8, adding a grass swale to the plans on the northeast portion of Lot 2 was a condition of approval from the Inland Wetlands Commissions. 8, the Pomparoga Department of Health has found both proposed lots suitable for on-site sewage disposal on wells. 9, the Southbury Highway Department has reviewed the plans for the re-subdivision. And 10, the Inland Wetlands Commission approved the application on November the 9th, 2021 under the application number 1675, subject to no conditions. Whereas the Planning Commission finds this application to be substantially conformed to the subdivision regulations of the town of Southbury. Now therefore be resolved that the above application is approved by the chairman or secretary is authorized to endorse the roadmap at such time that the applicant has satisfied the following modifications and administrative requirements. A, preservation of 1 Mylar of the record map and 4 size prints for all maps and plans be modified and approved by the commission. B, a copy of common driveway maintenance agreement. C, presentation of valid inland wetlands permit. D, presentation of bonds in a form and amount acceptable to the Planning Commission and Town Council as may be necessary to secure completion of required improvements as proposed by the following. 1, a bond in the amount of $700 for pins, 4 pins at $175 apiece, unless it is documented on the Mylar map that the pins have been set. E, the re-subdivision is subject to the following conditions and the following notations shall be added to the record Mylar map. 1, both lots are served by a common driveway which is subject to common driveway maintenance agreement to be filed on the land records. 2, a signature block including any area to add an expiration date shall be on the Mylar. A time limit of 90 days from the date of expiration of the appeal period is set during the time that the applicant shall have satisfied all of the above modifications to allow for signing on the final record Mylar map. Any other further discussion? All in favor of approval? Aye. 4 of us opposed? 2 abstentions? Approved. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, under new business, plan modification application, Main Street Convenience Store, 280 Main Street South, safety wall. Yeah. The next one's the one we have to continue on. Yeah.
We have specs on them.
Yeah.
So, this is, it's basically safety bollards. In front of, the Mag Greek Pizza Place and the Main Street Convenience. Apparently, according to the owners, there's been several incidents where cars have driven into the building, and in order to prevent any bodily harm to either the customers entering or exiting the building or the people who actually work there, they went ahead and installed these bollards because they didn't realize that an application was necessary. This is a legally non-conforming building in regard to the setbacks from Main Street South, but these bollards don't fall under the definition of structure, so it's not like they're increasing the size of a legally non-conforming building. And to be honest, I think they sound like they're necessary if cars are driving into the building. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. Yep. That does make sense. Anybody have any comments on this or anything? I think we should.
I wish
No, I don't either. Anybody?
I wish they could do a different color.
Different color?
I wish they could because it's so ugly.
Well, I think people, for site
I know, yes.
purposes, I mean,
They'll find out when they hit it. Doesn't matter the color.
Does the applicant know that it's considered a
yes, I think we've made that pretty clear to.
Yep. Yeah. Any discussion? Anybody? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. So we do have some-
I thought about mentioning that. There's, I don't know.
Do I need to read this in? Yeah, I guess I should. I'll just read this into the record as resolution site plan application Andrew and Catherine Tomic, 280 Main Street South. January 18, 2022, whereas the Southbury Planning Commission received a site plan application on January 18, 2022, along with the zoning permit for approval for a safety wall or bollards that have already been installed along the storefront at this location. Whereas there are 17 bollards already installed around the front and one on the side of the building prior to the applicant's realization that the application was required. Whereas 14 of the bollards are located in front of the building, whereas the majority of customers park and 3 are on the side of the convenience store. Whereas the bollards are 4 inches thick and constructed out of scheduled 40 concrete with yellow plastic covers. Whereas the installation of the bollards are purely for safety purposes to protect customers from vehicular accidents which have occurred in the past. Whereas although this building is legally non-conforming in regards to encroaching on the setback from Main Street South, bollards do not fit the definition of structure due to height and permanency, so they do not increase the legal non-conformity. Whereas the approval of the safety bollards has minimum impact on the surrounding neighborhood, traffic, or parking. Now therefore it be resolved by the Southbury Planning Commission that the application is approved to allow the installation of the safety wall or bollards along the front and the side of this building for safety purposes, subject to the following: 4 sets of full-sized revised plans, including a site plan clearly identifying the locations of bollards, shall be submitted for the signature of the Planning Commission, Chairman of the Planning Commission. Good. Let's see. Under new business, site plan modification application, mobile gas station 1244 Strongtown Road, Building Addition. This we have to continue it, right? We don't have it done. Okay.
This came in Friday, and I have not had a chance to look at it.
Okay. Let's see, under other business, 8-24 Board of Selectmen referral request to purchase town property. Do I need a motion to continue it? No, I don't think so. We're not changing the schedule, we're just moving on, yeah. Let's see, 8-24 Board of Selectmen referral request to purchase town property, D'Andrea, Berkshire Estates. So this, everyone saw the letter to First Selectman from Thomas D'Andrea, the owner of Olympic Trail here in Southbury, looking to purchase the lot next door. Let's see. And it touches his property.
It abuts,
Yep.
there's no mention of easements or.
He meets the regulation of it touching his, or
Correct.
the deed, you know, the.
He doesn't need an easement.
No,
No.
I'm just saying that
There
there's.
was no other
There's no easements
Yeah.
noted on the deed of the town-owned property. Nothing to be concerned of, is what I'm saying.
Motion to recommend to Board of Selectmen approval?
For a positive referral?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, I'll second it. Oh, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? All right, the positive approval is set to go back to the board. All right, let's see, number 2, the ZBA referral, special exception modification of Calvary Fellowship Southbury. Statement of use, coffee roasting, 354 Kettletown Road. What's that?
You tried their coffee, Ron? Have you tried their coffee?
Yeah, I read my
No, no.
tried the one. I haven't tried it.
I have, it's good.
Have you?
Yeah, statement of
There
use.
is a change in,
Retail,
what's that?
retail also.
I think it's more of like a cottage food license.
It can't be because it's not actually a home.
Right, but it would fall
So it
under.
would have to be a food establishment.
So
to be
yes,
able to sell it.
Right.
they're changing their, special exception approval to add this use. It
So-
sounds like it'll be minimal, have minimal impact as far as traffic, water, waste, electricity, no toxic anything. They're gonna be selling during church hours and off the property at farmers markets. It doesn't sound like it's gonna be that big of a deal.
Is it then limited to farmer's market?
It's actually, they say they're selling it in the church and at their cafe as well, so off-site sales, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. That's already happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it. It's sitting in their vestibule, there's the cafe.
It talks about it in here, there's the equipment that they're using. Yes. Mhm. Sorry, I can't remember exactly what it was.
So we got fire marshal approval now? You wanna read it?
I think the CBA's.
They say they're selling 20, they're targeting selling 20 bags a week, is that, do they say what size the bags are? I didn't see that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Did they say what size bags they're selling at 20 bags a week? Like, is that a
No.
pound of coffee, is that I don't know what bag.
I don't
That'll
know.
go on a Sunday.
I need 10 pounds.
This is cafe new. It was always there. They
Yes,
just wanna change.
it's always been there. I remember doing the.
Yeah, I remember being there.
Zoning compliance thing.
And the fire marshal was okay with this?
I think ZBA's in charge of getting, is that right, Jen? Yeah. That's all ZBA, this is just a referral.
Okay. So they'll take care of all that end, I guess.
Correct.
I'll make a positive referral back to them. From them. All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? All right, positive referral approved back to ZBA. Let's see, number 3, POCD and affordable housing. Date selection for March and April. Here we go. Oh, I gotta read this and sign it?
It's.
I just
no,
sign
they-
it.
Yeah, it's just
Alright.
the positive referral.
Okay. All right, gang. Let's see, so everybody got a lot of email blasts this afternoon from Jessica. So we had like almost a 3-hour meeting with SLR this morning and last week and the week before that.
Yeah.
A lot of them lately to finalize a lot of changes and get the 57 or 70 page whatever is modified and back to where, you know, all the changes everybody sent in. Robin sent in a lot of people did, so we got them all incorporated. So they're gonna take that and get that to start their process of writing eventually here in the next month or so. We are thinking about March for the open house, 24th.
24th, yes.
Is that cool with everybody? Was everybody's here?
Yeah.
So, yeah? Okay, so
Yes,
everybody
of
said
course.
yes.
Great, that's great.
And then the same thing will happen, same workshops, you know, the whole shoot
Yeah,
match.
they have all the things created.
Ready to go.
So
Yep.
nothing was date dependent, so they can just.
I just canceled it the other day and within time to the amount of emails we received that Gosha sent over to us and the amount of people that said, you know, that we were wrong to have it and with the COVID spikes and everything and, you know, other internal things were canceled within the town in the town hall as well, so it was the right thing to do. So I made the decision to do it.
So up next, January 26th, we have a special meeting at 6:30. SLR will be there. We're going to be discussing the affordable housing plan data analysis info. I sent everybody that this
Yep.
afternoon, and the surveys won't be finished at that point.
The survey's live, as everybody knows. It's out in print in 4 or 5 locations that we talked about already.
We got, these have been sent out, I think they're sent out today.
Everybody this went out with the QRS.
The special meeting, yes.
Everybody anyone see it? So, the survey's live, it's out there, so what'll happen is that is gonna go on for the next few weeks for affordable housing. Yeah, till the 8th, right?
Yes.
So, just before we jump to affordable housing, so the PCOD, we're on track for the open house for that, and we're on track for the timing of this, entire book to be finished without any problems. So we're doing great so far. But more urgently is to get the affordable housing done now because we have a quicker deadline coming up by the end of June. So we went through the whole draft this morning, which you folks already got. We'll take changes on it. No one send that to anybody, please. The board of selectmen hasn't seen it yet. Nobody send it out to anybody. We look at it ourselves first. Send everything back here that you find that you see wrong or that you question on it, and we'll tally that all up. There's some things.
Suggestions. If
Yeah.
anybody has suggestions on how something could be presented better, please.
Absolutely.
Send them in.
Some of the data may not be perfect yet because it's coming from HUD and it's older data, so the numbers will be updated.
Right.
But they're just their placeholder at the moment to show the way it's gonna. As soon as possible would be great. Like, yeah, I mean, the sooner the better would be great. So
So-
we get our stuff back to them.
We could set like a March 31st deadline for,
Oh, corrections. We're talking about corrections on affordable housing. Anything questions on? Let's get everything back as soon as possible.
right, yeah, okay. The data,
The data we just sent out
February
at the end of the week.
by the,
February 8th?
At the end of the week.
I like that better. Let's go with February 8th.
February
because
8th.
then, well, what's today? Today's the 18th.
18th. That's too far away.
That's too far away. Do you want to do the end of the month?
What's today's date?
Today is the 18th.
Can we all do it in a week? Yeah, let's have it by next Tuesday night. Tuesday morning, if we can get it by a week. Tops.
So the 26th?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the 25th.
Yeah, we do. Yes. Right, we have a special
We have a meeting that night,
night.
special meeting. So let's have it all done before that meeting, okay, guys? So we can, if we have to chat about it, we will. That's perfect. And that meeting is the 26th. SLR will be here.
Yes.
It was sent out today. You should have it in your email, Larry. Yep, yep. So the numbers will be updated for the HUD. It's older data. We'll get it updated. If anyone questions anything on there, there's something they see that's not right, percentage point of view, whatever, please suggest something, say something. I know Bob and I talked about a couple things already. What were some of the key things we're going to, the story map too, right? So it was suggested just to allow for not having to cancel, because if we cancel an open house for affordable housing, we are in dire need of not finishing, which is not good. So it's been proposed to us by SLR that they've done in 3 or 4 towns, or they've completed. Did anyone look at the Cornwall affordable housing plan that was written? They did. Did anyone see that copy? They didn't do Cornwall?
No, but that was a really nice one.
That was beautiful, actually.
They did Farmington and Weston.
And
Both
Kent.
were very good.
And Kent, right? That was early on.
Did-
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think they
they're
did
really
Kent.
well written, they look nice. That's kind of how ours is gonna look, that way that presentation, that looks. So the data you see there is what's gonna get incorporated into that actual plan, right? So it's not gonna be those slides just slammed into the plan. It's gonna be, well written and incorporating all that. But SLR suggested that we do the meeting virtually for the open house for the affordable housing. They've done them 3 or 4 times now recently with different towns, and they've had 300, 400, 500 people on the Zoom.
They've even had more involvement than
Yeah.
they had in person.
Open survey, you can answer, there's questions, like 4 or 5 questions that we'll put up, and they can answer them. Yep, like something like that. Yeah. And you can answer it from your phone or your iPad or whatever. So,
How is it gonna be advertised?
I will write a press release.
we're gonna do an email blast.
Yes, email blast. We've been doing that for everyone.
And
Social
maybe
media.
Something from that first selectman he does on the patch?
Yeah, we could do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have a whole list, but anything else, just please let us know if there's something else. We'll get
Yeah.
Gosha to put it on the site. We'll get it in all the newspapers, and then we'll have it on our site. We'll put it on everybody's Facebook pages where we can get it on, that's fine. And then
So it'll be a Zoom, but at when and what time?
it'll be the same time frame, that 4 to,
It's February 24th, 4 to 7, tentatively. I don't know if there's gonna be any changes based on the whole virtual thing.
Right.
Before we made any concrete decisions, Rich,
I just want to get everyone's opinion, because I can't make a
Yeah.
decision without you guys. That's why we're a commission, right? So I want to run it all by you guys first and see what you think about it. Did they get this email? So the story map is an interactive web-based tool from a platform that SLR uses to provide education and present key issues on housing affordability through narratives and graphics. It will house background information, projection, presentations, data, maps, and will show links to community surveys and updates on affordable housing timelines and key dates. This story map will be updated regularly throughout the planning process as new materials are available. Let's see, the tool has been used by many of the most recent affordable housing plans that other communities have done, and the feedback was awesome. And the two links that you can see this, an example of what the story map looks like and how it was done is Farmington and Weston. Did we send these out to the team?
I don't remember if I sent that email.
Okay. You do?
Okay, so I
You
must
do?
have-
Okay, if not, we'll get it to you. That's fine. So the virtual workshop is tentatively scheduled for the 24th, if everybody agrees to it. And then the background educational information on this concept will be overview on the software. Let's see, the final portion. Yep, so then we'll just have all an interactive presentation done. There'll be a Q&A session on there where everybody can interactively answer the questions. So if that makes sense, we'll get more information out to this like ASAP from them. We'll tell them yes, and then we'll get this rolling immediately. Ron? Of course.
Can you get me a connection with that? I don't know how, do you have a number? I don't readily have this information. Can you email it? Can you email it to me? Sure. Okay, perfect.
Whatever you have for contact information, name or email address,
That
or
way
whatever
I'll-
you can do for the entire village, whatever you could do, that we'll get it all in everyone's hands.
It's on the website.
Yep. And this story map idea for the open house, of course, right now is we all see it, and everybody else will participate. The link for the surveys on there as well, so you can access the Survey Monkey that way. Anything I'm missing?
There's a lot. I don't know.
There's a lot. I know there's a ton of information.
So,
But most importantly, from an order of what needs to be done, everybody can look at the affordable housing data, give us feedback by next week, so SLR can present stuff to us. We'll give them everything we feel about then. Then we'll start that entire writing process. They'll get going on that right away, and filter in the new data that's correct for the affordable housing. So you can see how nicely they look by looking at those two towns they did. And then, did I miss anything else on that?
no.
Those are the dates that was important.
So, we need to pick dates for special meetings in March and April.
Okay, let's do that then. And these dates are for the POCD. No, April's gonna be for, well, our regular meeting's the
This is
19th.
our regular meeting, but we need a second one. I think you were in that meeting with them.
Yeah, that one we had right outside over, that's on the table, right?
The regular
yeah.
meeting's the 15th?
19th in April.
That's our
Oh,
regular.
March. In March.
Oh, in March, our regular meeting is the 15th.
Yeah.
And then we have the POCD open house the 24th. I don't know what you guys want to pick. That's,
So we need to have another meeting with SLR because we need to finalize the data and go through everything that's left for the POCD that we need to incorporate into the plan, to the book. Because by then they're gonna start by early summer, with gathering photos, gathering the rest of the graphs and starting to the beginning of the writing process at some point soon,
right.
at that point.
I have a suggestion. So when I was checking on the availability of this room for the 24th, I tentatively had us penciled in for the I wanted to make sure, I was down there by myself and I wanted to make sure I got 2 options just in case. Is it a Friday?
Yeah.
Or a Thursday? Yes, it's a Friday.
2023.
Oh, you're 2020.
Hey, I'm a year ahead, look at that, see?
Affordable housing plan's
Whew.
done.
We're done. Yeah, I'm shot, sorry.
No, I know, me too.
Alright.
So everybody's good with the 31st. Does anybody want an earlier time? This is getting kind of late for me.
6? 6 is good.
March 31st is a Thursday, 6 o'clock, let's do it.
Everybody okay with 6 o'clock? That is a special meeting. SLR will be there to talk about the POCD.
Yep.
I just don't remember exactly.
I don't remember the full agenda. We'll get it out to you. It's to finalize everything that we're close to going to the writing process at that point, or the next step with organization and then moving to that. Because there's a timeline that was laid out. We have to be at the writing process at a certain time frame, and then, then toward the end it's got to go to press. There's a lot. They have it all scheduled out.
Right. We need a date in April.
Yep. And that's with them again as well.
That's with them again. Yes.
That's for affordable
Have a
housing.
suggestion?
No, I think that's still POCD. I don't
Okay.
remember. You have a suggestion, Nancy?
No, yes, we do have a suggestion.
Oh, me.
The 19th is our regular meeting.
I don't have a suggestion on that.
Would you want it before our regular meeting or after?
You guys want to meet before our regular meeting, or do you want to meet after our regular meeting? That.
I mean,
Yeah, me
would it-
too. I'm fine either way.
Logistically, do we have anything to discuss then in the meeting? So we could meet before.
I think we're just making sure that we're not overbooked with all these various things
Right.
in addition to our regular
Let's just put it
meeting.
on for the regular meeting's on the 19th, right?
Yes.
So let's just pick a date at the moment, and we'll get back to everybody with what needs to be. What we're actually doing, we'll finalize with them again. They asked for those dates, so I forget what the reason was.
I forget too. April 7th?
That's a Thursday, sounds good.
So we'll do it the week before, or 2 weeks before. That's a Thursday.
Yeah. What?
6 o'clock?
We have to have that one other meeting with SLR to finalize some of the things for the PCOD.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3-4 meetings in a row then?
That's what it takes.
We have one on the.
We have one on the 19th.
That's our regular meeting.
The 12th then.
Inland Wetlands has this room on the 12th. I know that one for sure.
Okay. We could do a different
We
day.
could split the room. We could divide the room.
Okay. At 6 o'clock?
I'm okay with the 12th if everybody else is. We'll just divide the room.
That's 6 again.
I like 6.
That's the 12th instead of the 7th?
Correct.
So we have the 12th right now. We're going, right?
We should get a calendar printout. Do you? Would that be helpful if we have a?
I made one, but it's changing so quickly that
Yeah.
I can't even keep up with it.
Okay.
So that means 6 o'clock. The 19th means our regular 7 o'clock though.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, we can't change that. Well, I guess we could, but we'd have to make
Well,
the,
that would be a pain.
yeah, we'd have to make the,
No changing that. Leave that
Yeah,
one alone. We have
yeah.
enough going on.
all right, so the 19th, so I got jury duty. Hey. Imagine that. I think I got them all in here. All right, I think I got all the dates.
I will email everybody with this.
Yeah, then we can all make sure we have them in our calendar.
Yeah,
It's a
I
little
also-
it's confusing.
Need to make sure that SLR is available on this.
Yeah, they were pretty wide open from what I remember what he said.
I think so too.
Yeah. So how does everybody feel about the the story map with the affordable housing and going virtual. Everybody cool with that? Okay? Okay. All right, so we'll let them know that. That's good. We'll get that going for everybody. All right. Of course. All right, so we did that. Let's see. Anything else on the affordable housing? You said that's everything for the moment,
I
right?
feel like you covered it all really well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Anybody else have anything before we jump to the next section? Okay. Staff member reports.
Do you have anything from our liaison?
No, I haven't
I
heard from
talked to
him.
John.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. And he said it was virtual, the meeting online, and they just kind of went through everything that's going on in different towns regarding, building permits and things like that. And he said Shelton ended up being like the topic of discussion for the bulk of the meeting with regard to how they're just debt-free and expanding like crazy with infrastructure and commercial buildings. I mean, you name it. He went through. But I asked him if he would definitely come talk to us in the next month or two and give us another update on the next meeting too as well. He said yes, so we'll have to arrange that. Okay. All right.
I found what works is rather just take bullet notes and give them to us so that we all,
Yeah, I suggested that to him too, and he's going to do that for us.
something in writing.
Yep.
Whoop, sorry. Time to take my
It's your
notes.
alarm. Time to get up, Nance. All right, let's see. Correspondence. We have any correspondence, Deb? All right. No bills. So we'll get to minutes first, though.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Do we have minutes? Let's see. You don't happen to have them handy, do you? All right, let's see here. I know Deb sent them. Are they in? Thanks, Deb. You're okay, Deb? All right, December 14th meeting. Members present. Let's see who was absent. Larry was the only one, so Larry cannot vote on the minutes. Okay. Let's see. Everybody else was here. Anybody have anything to add or change or anything? Everybody comfortable with them? That was me. All in favor of approval? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. No bills? Any other business before the commission?
I thought we invited the Strategic Planning Commission to come to us, our meeting, and represent what they had done so far in affordable housing and their discussion. I don't know what happened to that.
I don't know what happened to that either. However, did you get the email I forwarded to everybody from, was it Sharon? Or, yes,
When was that?
today?
Today?
Do you want it?
The form in a 501c.
Thank you.
Other than that, Nancy, I don't have an answer for you on that. I don't know what happened.
Should we find out?
I
mean, you did a lot of work, didn't you? Didn't you do a lot of work on affordable housing? How is it gonna be? We were gonna ask them to come, represent the Strategic Planning Commission. Remember? Good fellow. So it didn't happen.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
yeah, we got those. Yep.
No, they were gonna come here so that we could have some interchange. So we're both, both doing the same thing, so that we could come together, work together better.
Yeah.
That's all. We decided and it didn't happen.
Yeah, we've had a discussion with everyone on it right now. We'll sit tight for the moment on it.
Okay.
All right. Anything else before the commission? Yeah. I agree with Bob, I don't remember.
3 times we had this.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know where it ended up.
Was it a linear trail or a linear park?
Linear Park, Linear Park. Discontinuing the road and turning it into Linear Park.
Yep.
Made a recommendation to the Board of Selectmen,
Yep.
as we have in the past.
Okay, I will look into that, I don't know where that's at.
Yeah. Brad?
A year ago, maybe a little bit longer, made money to what's allowed.
Yep.
To do the streetscape. And one of the things on the streetscape was, sidewalks from Main Street south to the library. Do you have any idea where that stands?
I think you mean the pedestrian safety study?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to be honest, I have not had a chance to look into that. It's on my to-do list. It absolutely needs to get done. No, right,
We just talked about it today, too.
yeah,
With them.
I have a lot
Yeah.
kinda going on.
Yeah.
Just seems like we've forwarded everything and it's died.
We'll have to get them on the agenda to present it to us.
Yes.
We also asked them about clarification of the, people that want to purchase property that's not adjacent to their property.
They don't have a say.
Oh, you're talking about up in the Berkshires.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
That's a regulation change too.
Yeah, they don't have they have no say in that. That's town stuff.
Somebody came here. Well, I think what John's trying to say is that the Board of Selectmen is going to come up with some sort of draft language in regards to, sale of town-owned property. We were lacking some language in that,
Accepting donated, right?
or was it donated?
Yeah, it was doing it because it's clear cut on the selling of it, you know, how the property lines have to touch. So we're comfortable with that. I think it was definitely donation. We didn't want to take something that,
Right.
you know,
We were waiting for some sort of guidance on that.
yeah.
And
Right.
remember, there are 26 items guidance already published by the Land Trust and by, Nature Conservancy, where I'm gonna butt something, if there's been dumping, if there's been hazardous waste, if there, yeah, and they're really clear, and all they have to do is adopt those.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it, but you can't take any piece because it could be environmental hazard
Exactly.
or,
Right.
yeah.
We don't know if it could be toxic land. We have no idea, right? So that's probably why there's so many.
But a lot
But
of
we'll get some
research, they're
direction on it.
already established.
Yeah, we'll get through
Yeah.
these studies.
We take property, okay, because the developer can't use this piece of property, so if we're gonna go in into the town and pick it up the tax roll, it's gonna sit there, and nobody can use this piece of property. Park it, spaces. Yeah. Park it box.
Yeah.
So there should be some kind of regulation that says, when I do a development, you know, I got this piece of garbage property over here, I can't use it, it's got rocks and everything in it. I'll give it to the town and pick it up the tax roll. That doesn't seem fair.
Could we suggest that they use the guidelines already in use for decades that work? It has to abut another piece of town-owned property or open space, for instance. There are 26,
Because there's not,
it's good. Let's,
there isn't anything right now.
okay,
We
but,
haven't had
but it's already been,
proposal to donate.
you can use the land trust, it's used by all land trusts because it has all that stuff.
If I had more time, I would write up some kind of language.
Jessica is so overwhelmed, guys.
I-
The land trust
Yeah.
guidelines.
I haven't
how
had
about
time to
that?
even look for that, Nance,
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's not a priority.
Yeah.
I understand that.
We'll put it on the list, but right now she's so overwhelmed. There's so much stuff.
And just
Yeah.
coordinating all of this.
Yeah.
I just wanna keep that forward, sooner or later.
Yep.
maybe
Oh, yeah.
next year or the year after, something will happen.
Yep.
You know, maybe it would be best if you guys, some of you work together, like a subcommittee, to form some kind of draft
I don't know, you gotta be careful,
I don't think we need a
having a
subcommittee.
quorum without being,
Yes, exactly. I totally
notify the
get it.
public,
You
so
need,
be very
like,
careful
a
of all
s-
that.
Yeah.
And you
We
can't
need
send
a
mass email like that either.
Right.
We have to be careful of all that,
But if
so.
there was a
I
subcommittee.
don't
Yeah.
think we
that
need a subcommittee. It's been done. It's been done and worked for other towns, for other lanterns, for other, yeah,
Again, you got so much to do, this isn't a priority.
right.
This time of the year.
Has to have a clear title. All these things are just common sense.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
maybe after we get past the hump of June, when affordable housing is done, and then we have just the PCOD to finish in that 6-month stretch to the end of the year, then we'll start to add some of that things back on. Pedestrian study and all that, we'll get it all done. But I'm sure there's gonna be a ton of other stuff that just gets dumped on us, and meanwhile too, the normal applications, you know what I mean, so. Okay, cool.
The sidewalk you're talking about for pedestrian safety to the library, remember the town applied for a grant
Yes.
to create that, and we were denied, and that's when it died, so,
I talked to John Riley,
okay.
who's on the board of
Finance, yeah.
And he said that the Board of Finance has a line appropriation to do that sidewalk.
Okay.
And that was last November, almost January, I understand we got a lot of other things on our plate, that's not a priority, but if it's got a date, I understand that, just don't want it to get buried.
Okay. Anything else for other business?
Do we have an active zoning enforcement officer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You never met her?
Who's that? No.
Her name is Ty.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Oh, okay. Because I keep bringing up behind ShopRite, and now there are 11 dumpsters behind
They're doing
ShopRite.
work.
No, this has been there for a year now,
Email her.
and it's not from the work.
She's addressed it several times. I've been with her when she's addressed it with ANSYS. And according to him, they're doing work. I know
It
she's
just
written.
started a month ago.
I-
You know, it's nothing to do with the,
I suggest reaching out to her.
okay, Ty.
All right, anybody else, anything else for the commission? Okay. Make a motion to adjourn? Second it? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you, everybody.
Good meeting, thank